So allow me to set the stage. The week following this FA attending the program in Princeton, New Jersey with myself and my partner Bob Payne, this individual was standing in line at Starbucks. And he overheard a conversation which completely changed his attitude as to the number of clients he could successfully oversee on his book. At the time, I think he was probably somewhere between 4 and 450 households, had no interest whatsoever in cutting down his number of households because his true belief was, what if these people come into a lot of money, they don't take a lot of time, I've got C-share trailers, yada, yada, yada. I promised them I'd watch out for them, and so on and so forth. The normal stuff that you think about as you recall how difficult it was to build your book in the first place, and why would you ever give anyone away? So there's a couple women ahead of him in line, and one of them is congratulating the other for finally getting through what apparently was a pretty horrendous divorce. Now, the woman was happy. She was out there talking to her buddy and had a somewhat of a windfall in the divorce settlement. She'd never run any money on her own, really wanted to learn, and knew her friend was somewhat sophisticated. You can probably guess where this one's going. She asked her friend if she could recommend anyone that she might be able to see who would take their time and educate her and help her get this money invested and teach her how to become a good investor throughout. That is the point where this particular FA who was standing in line heard his name mentioned. Kind of went like this. Well, I deal with so-and-so and so-and-so at Merrill Lynch. I'm not really comfortable recommending him to you. In fact, we're probably going to move our accounts. So I really can't, in good conscience, give you a referral. Her friend said, "Oh, why? Did he lose you money?" The other woman said, "No, it really isn't that, but we never hear from him. Maybe once a year we'll get a call. It's usually to try and get us to do something that we're not entirely sure is in our best interest or not. I don't know if we're a large account, a small account. All I know is a lot of the things he told us when we started sounded great, but as time went by, we heard from him less and less." The FA, who was standing a couple of spots back, was trying as hard as he could to figure out who his client actually was. He heard her first name mentioned, went back to his office, and started going through his client list until he finally realized this woman was pretty far down on the list. He hadn't spoken with her in God knows how long, and it just cost him a referral. Big difference. It wasn't her that cost him the referral. It was the FA, who just assumed that silence meant everybody was happy. Think again. You have no idea what's happening at the bottom of your book or any part in your book. And the only way to control what's actually occurring is to make certain that you are in constant touch with every single household that you would like to keep. Yes, I get it. When we start out, we're going to open anything we can because we want to survive. We're big fans of heat, light, food, maybe the occasional cup of coffee at Starbucks. But as you come out of your dangerously stupid phase, you start to open better and better accounts. You don't think about those people you opened in your first several years when you knew less than nothing and promised them the world. Well, they're still out there. They still need perhaps maybe not your help, but someone's help. Keep the households on your book you are willing to speak with once a month. If they don't meet that standard, you're holding them hostage. Worse than that, any time that you're allocating to them, whether it's service time, you're speaking to them, whatever the case may be, is time you're taking away from the people that need you the most. If you watched the previous video, this ain't rocket science, folks. Pay attention to the people that are paying you. More attention than you ever thought you should or could. you will find more unsolicited referrals heading your way and less people leaving you than you can possibly imagine. I'm living proof. I did it, and I've taught this approach to thousands of FAs and have yet to have anybody come back and tell me it wasn't one of the best moves they ever made. Or you can be like our friend here, stare at it and realize at the end that you are a complete idiot for letting it get to that extent. Thanks for watching. If you like it, give me an up thumb and subscribe. You never know what I'm going to come up with next.